Of course, continuing to contemplate who is going to come out on top. Let's actually go ahead and toss it down to Blair, who's at the stage. Blair, what's going on?
No, I don't know if Bravo's single, but I mean, you're on Tinder, right? Are you on Tinder? My mom wants to know if you're on Tinder. You're not on Tinder. You're not single. Mom, I don't know, just tweet at me or something. Sorry, guys. Back to this thing. Great job up there, fellas. Appreciate it. All right, guys. So we've just watched all those amazing packages. We've watched this competition now for months on end. We know who is already here. But just a little recap. Today's matchup is the culmination of over 4 months of insane, never-before-seen competition with nearly 1,000 teams spread across 6 continents as they battle for a spot right here in the Halo World Championship Finals. Now, the 16 best teams actually came to LA this weekend, started this tournament, and now only these 2 remain.
Player-wise, I just think we have 3 of the best individual players in the game. We know how to play the game together. We know how to work well together.
It's a great group of guys. Just having that good respect for each other really helps us out when we play.
I think our communication is the biggest factor for us. Allegiance, for example, they're like more upbeat and like to just scream and get like really hypey.
We play with the most passion.
We wanted to play calm at first, like relax calling out and stuff, but we realized that doesn't work for us. We just need to be yelling and just getting hyped.
We just need to play our game. Everyone knows how good we are when we play our game.
So I think that's just the biggest is communication.
I know how bad Naded wants this win, so I'm just trying to bring him that W tomorrow.
And I'm going to do everything to make sure he doesn't get the win.
It's going to be a war, that's for sure.
Damn! Those were some beautiful packages. Keep it going for these 2 teams up here, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you go. Well, without further ado, let's meet our 2 teams from Allegiance. Sal L-Town Mohannan. Brett Naded Leonard. Carlos Cratos Ayala. Aiden Suspector Hill. And the team standing in their way for $1 million, Counter Logic Gaming. Matthew Royal 2 Fiorante. Paul Snakebite Duarte. TJ Lethul Campbell. Bradley Frosty Bergstrom. Yes, 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 yes.
We're getting ready for this matchup here, guys. It's very exciting stuff. Of course, the players are pumped, the fans are pumped, we're pumped. I mean, it really just doesn't get any better than this. But
no,
Bravo, I think it does. I think it does get better than this.
It might. While these guys get set up right now and get ready for this match, we actually weren't sure if we were going to be able to talk about it today, but I think everyone in the crowd, everyone watching at home will be excited to know that Xbox and 343 have been working quite a bit on what's next for Halo Esports and really that long-term commitment. And happy to say that we'll be partnering with ESL for the Halo 5 Pro League, which is pretty exciting. That's going to be coming after this. Yes, make some noise.
Make some noise. That's
the Halo
right,
5 Pro
right.
League is on the way. I mean, it's really about giving back to the competitive community that has supported this scene for so long, right? We've all been watching since Halo CE, and of course, really with everything that's happened in the competitive Halo history books, which are being written as we speak. But what's next to come? I mean, you can expect information about qualifying as well as seasons. There's going to be seasons throughout 2016, and everything is going to be leading up to the next Halo World Championship.
So that means we're going to have another Halo World Championship, Bravo.
That's right.
Awesome.
Hopefully everyone has enjoyed the
Hopefully
this
you
Halo
guys
World
are there too next time. That'll be pretty fun, I would imagine.
That's right. I mean, so we're going to have details on how to qualify for Season 1 how to tune in, exactly how the teams are going to lay out. All of that's going to be coming to Halo GG in the near future, so keep an eye on halo.gg. But I have to say, this match here is going to really set the tone for what's to come in Pro League, right? I mean, people are going to, like, the teams that stick together from this tournament, the teams that might split up, whoever wins this tournament, there's a very good chance that we're going to see them in Pro League as well.
That's right, folks. And these two teams, you guys know, you saw the video packages, you know who they are, but let's just introduce them one more time because it is time for the finals, folks. Counter Logic Gaming facing off against Team Allegiance. And I tell you what, guys, I mean, Walshy, Sims, this game is going to be nuts. To introduce the players here, Blair did it before. Naded, L-Town, Suspector, and Cratos. It's been a long road here. Besides Naded, Sims, and we've been talking a lot about Naded. You know, I think even his team know that they want to bring this victory for him. Who is another player on this team that you personally think they should be looking out for if you're CLG?
I think without question, you've got to look at Cratos. His shot is just unprecedented every single time. The amount of perfect medals we'll see that guy rack up. And his aggression, time and time again, you'll just see him shifting in from the back, having a little bit of a push, then he'll fall back, wait for the team to come forward, but then he'll listen, right, time to go, bang, 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 bodies flying everywhere. Certainly a strong player on that team.
It's going to be interesting to see how he comes out on top there alongside Allegiance, but on the other side, and there you see him right there, the one and only TJ Campbell, better known as Lethul. This guy decided to make a dramatic change. He left the top-ranked Evil Geniuses roster to join this squad, this Counter Logic Gaming team that placed second numerous times throughout HCS seasons 1 and 2. But Lethul proved to be the X factor, and while they fell short at X Games to a very emotional Evil Geniuses, now they've put that behind them, even defeating EG in the quarterfinals. Bravo, your thoughts?
I mean, it really is a crazy story. I mean, just like you said, keep in mind, this is a team, CLG, that Lethul, in the past 2 seasons of Halo Esports, had defeated time and time again, right? They were winning tournaments, but he said it himself. Something about this new team roster was where he wanted to land, and even though they weren't able to close it out at X Games, he knew that this was the team that could win the Halo World Championship, the team that could take home the $1 million check.
Walshy, what about you?
I mean, Lethul, as you said, the spotlight's been on him for this whole time. He's the one that started all these team changes. He is the one that made the most controversial change. He left Evil Geniuses, keep this in mind, before they lost a major live event. Yeah. Prior to that, they had won 6 live events in a row. That is, someone would consider that career suicide in certain cases. Like, wow, you haven't lost this roster yet. Why would leave? And he must have known better than we did, because that's one of the reasons that he's sitting here on the final stage for the Halo World Championship.
And now I got Sims's perspective on Allegiance. Walshy, I do want to hear yours as well. I mean, you know, you have some great insight for CLG. Mentioned again, very familiar with Naded and what this guy could bring to the table. And if you notice in that video, they had mentioned hype, right, and energy and excitement. Those are the things that drive them. But one thing that I've taken note of, and I think a lot of other people have too, is small talk is key when you're playing, right? Especially at a point like this. You can kind of tire yourself out if you're just continuing to yell and get excited and get hype. You need to have that small talk. Do you think Allegiance is just devoid of that altogether?
The adrenaline and the intensity can only carry you so far. So of course you're gonna see them going through small talk, but one thing you'll probably notice if we go to Astro Listens during this match is when Allegiance are ahead and they're doing fine, they're gonna continue screaming. They're gonna worry more about where one-shots are at. However, when they're down, you'll notice they'll calm down immediately and worry about how they're gonna stay alive and where they can take cover. So you notice when they're on fire, of course they're gonna be screaming. When they are on the back foot, they're gonna calm things down just slightly.
And now, of course, we got to talk about Naded, right? He's been the focal point for a lot of fans at home, and he's been talked about quite a bit, not only at this event, but just in general, right? Whenever, the event time comes along, you always hear, you know what, Naded just can't win it. He can't win the big one. Bravo. You have experience with this guy as well. I mean, we've all known this man for so long. Can he do it?
I mean, that is a question. I've had a chance to actually coach Naded several years back, and I mean, the question I think that Dave was actually getting to is which Naded is going to show up today. Naded throughout the Halo World Championship has been very consistent. They came out of online qualifiers with the first seed, placed within the top 4 in several tournaments in person as well. So he proves that they are in the upper echelon without a doubt. They've got to the finals here. The question is which Naded is going to show up. And one thing I also have to note is really exciting to see teammates like Suspector mention that they are also playing for Naded's win, right? All of us in the crowd, you know, we'd love to see Naded take home the W. Everyone on CLG does not want to see Naded take home the W. However, it's great to know that the young guns that actually grew up watching Naded play Halo 2 over 10 years ago are actually playing for his win as well. It's quite special.
Yeah, that's a little bit poetic, if you will, and I think it's just, it's going to be fun. I'm honestly so excited. I know we've been talking so much, and people at home, and whether you're watching on Twitch or on Xbox, wherever, you're just saying, get the game going already. Well, folks, I think it's time. I think it's time to get the game going. It's going to be CLG Allegiance, $1 million on the line. This is what it all comes down to right here, right now. And it's going to be capture the flag on Coliseum to open things up. And we have, Bravo.
This is going to be,
honestly, just do not know what to expect here. But you know what, though? We're going to have to just kick things off right away. And we're going to do it with Lethul. Why not? Why not jump on board with Lethul to get things going, Bravo? What do you think you're going to see here? Of course, he's charging straight up for that sniper, working with his teammates. L-Town getting the first kill of the finals, and Cratos following up with a double, or with a second kill, I should say, excuse me. Lethul now looking around as he picks up Cratos.
That's right, and this start for CLG looks really good. This kind of is a statement about their play style and how they play Halo 5. You see Lethul is calm, cool, collected. He's staying alive on top green. He's cleaning up kills. Let me say it's 30 seconds into the match and they still haven't picked up sniper rifle. They're just baiting this and really taking their time on this first weapon pickup.
Yeah, man, not getting sniper rifle right away is interesting, to say the least, because typically that gun is picked up real early. Not the case here. Lethul, though, he's going to finally pick it up. Now I'm looking to make some moves. And we saw what his teammate World 2 was capable of doing with this at the North American Regionals. Now it's going to be Lethul's turn to show us what he could do and take some faces as he's continuing to rotate around and look for the opponent. Managed to get a shot there, and that's going to be Snakebite. Picks that kill up. Flag has been pulled ever so briefly, though, but it is going to be shut down by Cratos right away, and another shot will go down. Flag has been pulled on the CLG side as Naded and the crew are looking to do some damage. What a shot there coming out of Lethul, but the flag is going to be across map. Does he nail it? No, he does not just yet. He will fall.
Now we'll go over to Cratos to see that. Actually, he is melted, though, by it looks like Snakebite does have that scatter shot, so we'll go over to him. Spend some time on his screen.
Snakebite looking around. He's smelling, he's sniffing blood pretty much. Scatter shot in hand, but there is going to be a player right in front of him by Fountain, and he gets that shot with relative ease. Looking for another. Suspector over by Blue K, but will a nade find its way? Yes, it does. Snakebite can't stay alive, but he is able to help out with that assist. Cratos now on your screen, looking around, identifying that his teammate has been picked off. There is going to be a player behind him, a scatter shot there. You saw those shots come through, and he can't quite stay up. Snakebite back at it again, and L-Town with the rockets. He needs his shields back. Can't get around that corner, though. Meanwhile, Naded in a 1v1 with Lethul, but Naded comes out on top with the assault rifle. Bear in mind, those rockets are behind him right now, Bravo.
For the crew as they're able to get that first grab on that rocket launcher, which was key. So that's a little bit of a sign that Allegiance might be looking in pretty good shape, actually. That first power weapon grab tells us that they're actually controlling the map quite well and putting some good pressure on CLG. And just as I say that, Cratos uses those rocks once again to pick up that double kill.
That's right, a defensive rocket to boot, because he did not want those two members of CLG in his base. Cratos lingering around, finds one, but I don't think he's going to get much with that. Finally picks up the kill on World 2. He has one more rocket left to work with here, and finds someone immediately. There's going to be another player right by Red Fountain. L-Town's going to go in there for the push-up, and they are able to get the kill, but was it a little too much time spent? That player for CLG staying alive in the Red Fountain was huge, because it allowed his teammates to come off with a respawn, and Allegiance now need to get to work here, but I don't know if this is a dead push or not. Finds one in front. Cratos getting the kill there. And he's just continuing to hang around this red cave, but World 2 knows, but he goes in for the challenge, but Naded comes in huge, picks up a double kill. Suspector gets one of his own, and now Cratos is going to be on the move with this flag. Can they do it? No, it's going to be stopped short right at that red bridge. What a play to kick things off here, folks. Of course, neck and neck, Bravo. Honestly, I could not have seen this going any other way. What do you have on your end here?
saw Naded that, I mean, Naded now has a sniper rifle in hand as well, so they're looking pretty good. I want to go over to his screen as Naded looks strong here. Taking a look at the clock, we have now 8 minutes left in this game. Of course, still 0-0 on the board, so even pressure from both sides. But look at L-Town right now, Golden Boy, as Allegiance is the first to strike here in the Halo World Championship Grand Finals.
What a play. New rockets are going to be up, Bravo. L-Town's there. Just waiting for it. Lethul going in for the challenge. Lethul trying to stay up, but Suspector is there for the cleanup on Lethul. Suspector, they actually get 3 down again, and now they're looking to establish some presence inside of the base. Cratos with the sniper, but they got to take their time here. And those new rockets are going to be up, eluding both teams, because that could be a difference maker in this battle. Cratos looking for one, not going to find it though. Another one on top. Kratos probably lining up a no-scope, but nothing's going to come out of one just yet. And as they rotate over to the other side, realizing they have bodies on that side, they have to prepare for this push. Coming from the sniper side of the map, flag has been pulled as well. And typically players like to take this one over to the bridge, but I think they might be going to the blue cave. They're just going to take their time here, Bravo.
I'm going to go ahead and show you in observer mode exactly where those players are spawning here, as Cratos does have that sniper rifle in hand. Of course, observer mode is going to give you an idea of all the players in the game, whether or not they're dead or alive as well. So 1-1 though is the score, as Cratos and crew decide to likely let that flag go through. They'll let that flag be capped. Typically, when you see a team, Golden Boy, slow down that much while the enemy is running their flag, it's because they actually just want to slow down. They're going to give that flag up so that they can reset a bit.
And one thing that's very interesting is Cratos was hanging out in the back, and he really wasn't doing much there. And there goes the rockets from Snakebite. They give up snipe control. He pushed up to the red elbow, and I don't know how I feel about that particular play there, but you know what though? That's why they're on that stage right now. They're gonna figure out how to regroup and get together. And of course, Naded trying to win this battle, but World 2, many who regard him as one of the best players in the game, challenges Naded, but a grenade from Lethul will seal the deal. Cratos though, picking up 2, Bravo. What is their progress here? Where do you think they need to be focusing on right now?
I mean, I think so. CLG looks good. I mean, answering back after that first flag obviously is putting them in a good position, as they're going to try to start this another run at red base as well. We have Frosty right here in the front of red, as well as several players still alive on the flag. But let's now go over to Snakebite, as he and Royal 2 are trying to do even more damage back at that red base.
Good cleanup there on Naded. One player is going to be behind him. I don't think he actually identified it, but actually he did. I stand corrected. He knew he was there. He just decided to go after the rocket player because that was a bit more of a priority. New sniper's going to be up. Naded, unsuspecting enough, will get challenged and will fall. Cratos now the only one there to try and stop this push to the sniper that CLG's mounting up, and he does manage to pick up the kill, but it will be a trade. Meanwhile, Lethul has those nades, but has dropped them inside of the blue base. And Frosty hanging around by this blue cave. World 2 and the crew just want to do as much damage and start to put in some work and force Allegiance to play defensively.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. Actually, CLG is playing this very slow, very strategic. They just had 3 players of Allegiance dead. They decided not to pull, so that means anytime you see several players on the opposing team dead without a flag push, that means that the team has decided to once again reset a bit, let the enemy team respawn, and make sure you force that respawn to one of the corners, kill them again, and then start your flag run.
This is looking like a good flag run here for CLG. Potentially they have coverage top mid. Lethul though is going to have no shields and falls. And that will be World 2 gets dropped, and Cratos is just slaying everyone, picking up a triple kill. What a play, but Frosty knew he had to stop that one in its tracks. Meanwhile, the flag has been pulled. Allegiance trying to make some progress, and Frosty will get picked off right by that blue cave. And for the time being, everything will reset. But Cratos with a huge play.
Every single player I switched to on both sides just now, Golden Boy fell. So we had 3 Cratos with an amazing defensive play. We'll switch back over to CLG, but Cratos with an amazing defensive play to stop that rush. But then once again, 3 players on Allegiance fall as well. So I mean, we have a very, very fast-paced game of Coliseum CTF here.
Oh my goodness, folks. Suspector will clean out Lethul, and you have World 2, no shields, hanging out back, but he has his teammate Frosty there for support, and they are going to be able to stay alive. Now it's going to be all about this push coming in, and Suspector gets the melee.
It's a really heads-up play there. What he was doing there was just hiding around that flag corner, waiting for a player to make that exact mistake. If you can get those key trades with your opponents, if they're flying in and they're the only player alive, if you kill the player who's the nearest to the flag, that's going to significantly delay their flag rush. Now we'll go back over to Cratos.
World 2 trying to go in for a cheeky ground pound there. Not going to work out too well. Cratos looking. He finds someone by Blue Fountain, and that call out has been made, but they know that there is going to be significant pressure coming out of the snipe side of the map, and that's why Cratos is going to play this one out slow. 1-1 is the score, guys. If you're just joining us, this is game number 1 of the Halo World Championship Grand Final between Allegiance and CLG, and Cratos just could not stay alive, and now a flagpole coming out. Suspector is able to get that clear. Has to be careful too, because there could be someone right around that vicinity and wants to get that return as soon as possible. And when you stand on that flag, you're able to return that one back quicker, which is exactly what they do. 3 minutes left on the clock here, folks. This has been a grueling game of capture the flag on Coliseum to open things up here at the championship. And Suspector, I love that play. He goes in for the challenge on the player jumping to top mid instead of chasing the guy he had one shot initially. Now Suspector and the crew need to make some progress and put pressure on this top mid player. Frosty can't quite stay alive.
I mean, Suspector's doing everything he needs to. He's got the SMG and DMR combo just now moved over to the BR, but laying down the shots and picking up the kills that he needs to, really controlling the sniper side of the map.
Keep in mind too, that sniper rifle's up for grabs, and who picked that one up just yet? I believe someone, I'm looking around the screen on my end. That's going to be Naded who managed to pick it up.
And I have to say also, L-Town still has the rockets. Not sure if there's any left, but all 4 dead for Allegiance now, so we got to go over to the CLG side.
Now the question is, does CLG go in for another round of slaying to try and secure this next cap? Royal 2 with a sniper, and we've seen what he could do with this weapon in this position. Finds one, but he's not going to be able to pick up that headshot. Another one in the back.
And they're going to have to be slow because 2 players actually just died on CLG. So Royal 2 having the sniper rifle here is great. However, he's not going to be able to just push in alone. It's going to actually delay once again. So Allegiance put up great resistance despite the fact that they had all 4 dead. Killing 2 out of 4 players off of the respawn is, I mean, you got to talk about how big of a stop that is.
Royal 2 waiting around here. He knows if someone creeps around that corner, he's going to take off their visor just like that. Maybe another one is going to go in for a challenge. Who knows? Are they risky enough? Are they gutsy enough? But backing away that smart member of Allegiance as he runs away, and Royal 2's rotation here is phenomenal.
Yeah, I got to talk about, though, his teammates are consistently dying on that bottom right there, have not been able to push out. So despite the fact that Royal 2 has maintained sniper control, you know, his teammates need to be pushing in. They need to be winning those battles. It looks like a little bit, I mean, really good resistance, potentially also a lack of coordination from CLG on these pushes. Only a minute left here.
3 players stacked up on the blue cave as well. 2 guys down. Frosty with rockets. L-Town trying to challenge and do what he can to stay alive. But here comes the flagpole with a minute left on the clock. Will CLG do it? But I don't know if you saw it at the corner of the screen. Royal 2 definitely did, but he can't do anything about it because there is going to be a member of Allegiance inside of the base. Naded goes in for the clear. That's going to be a double kill for him, and he is going to be able to get the return, but his teammate will fall in the base.
We could be
45 seconds left here, Bravo.
We could very well be seeing an overtime. Like you said, not much time on the clock at all. Frosty will get a big kill there, but we'll go over to his screen to see how they're going to push it. 30 seconds left, and they're making a push for the flag.
Frosty, this young player here, making a name for himself in Halo 5. But they're looking at what a play there. L-Town down mid over by that scatter shot spawn, decides to move in forward. Wow. But they get the return, and we're going to reset again. 20 seconds left in regulation play, and if it goes to overtime, it is basically going to be, if you win the game, you win the game. That's it. Not first cap wins. You have to make all the 2 remaining captures. Bravo, what a way to kick it off here, man.
I mean, yeah, I have to say, CLG has the upper hand. They're getting more flagpoles, but Allegiance is answering back every single time, and Suspector not missing.
We're in overtime.
And we have a flagpole, but it's going to be immediately stopped. So things will slow down once again, but now over to Cratos on the Allegiance side. We are in overtime, Golden Boy.
What a way to kick things off here. Cratos slowing it down, too. You know, he knows what the stakes are, and I have to say, this, wow, good shot. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, continue to make some moves now. There's going to be 2 members down for Allegiance, or excuse me, for Counter Logic Gaming, and they're bringing that flag over to the Rockets side of the map because they know that the spawns are potentially going to be coming in from Snipe's side. So now Cratos with the moves, he is going to be able to avoid that nade, but not in time. Meanwhile, Naded down low, can't stay alive. Lethul picks up a double kill there, a crucial double kill. Now it's going to be up to L-Town. Does he realize that this is a dead flag, or does he try and make something happen of it? 1 down low, that's going to be a clear. Maybe another one for him, goes down, but no, Naded gets the kill instead. 3 down for Counter Logic Gaming, but Allegiance need to regroup and react to whatever it is that CLG brings to the table on this next spawn.
I gotta say, Naded actually died with the scatter shot bottom middle off the respawn, immediately flies back to bottom middle to grab that scatter shot, but he's shut down. Now over to Suspector, like you said, under 2 minutes left in overtime as well. As a reminder, if we are still tied after overtime ends, we will replay this CTF game entirely, but Royal 2 here pushing out of his base.
Now roll 2. Oh, he finds someone above him, and that's something Allegiance likes to do. They like to go up to that red 3, quote unquote, that area, or red 2, whatever you want to call it, that spot that is pretty good to hold down. But here comes the onslaught from Allegiance. The Lethul there immediately with a kill on L-Town to stop that progress. 1 minute and 23 seconds left on the clock, and Suspector's trying to defend with this SMG.
And Royal 2 and CLG are actually in a really dangerous spot on top catwalk as well as green. They're set up with not only a DMR and a BR, but also a scatter shot from Royal 2. So Suspector is going to have to lock down this part of the map and get some key kills if they want to stop the CLG run.
This is a big play here. Finds the flag carrier. Can he stay alive? He does manage to do so. Picking up 2. They are going to get the return with quickness. And wow, Bravo, what a start.
I have to say, Suspector actually got behind the CLG sniper push just now. So they did not know that he was there with an SMG. They were not able to get the flag kill.
Suspector
Here comes
going for the triple kill. What a play from Suspector. Gets the headshot, but a player in front of him will be Lethul, the defiant one, and is going to put that one away.
That stops the rush entirely. Suspector and L-Town, the 2 players that were just in red base, they fell immediately. So Golden Boy, we are going to reset again. CLG might have time for one more push.
Yeah, and one more push indeed, because they have positioning, and Cratos knows it. That's why he's going to try and establish himself inside of the blue cave. Here comes Royal 2, Splinter nade out. We'll stop a little bit of progress, and does Royal 2 fall? No, a nade will find its way to Cratos, and this could spell doom. 8 seconds on the clock, though. I don't think they're going to be able to make anything happen here, Bravo.
Here Royal 2 now pushing into the enemy base, going to try to see if the Suspector pushes out.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, and as the clock ticks down, that is it. Game number 1 will be a tie, and could we ask for 2 more evenly matched squads here in our grand finals?
A lot of people thought that this squad, this Allegiance team, will keel over to the prowess of Counterlogic Gaming. That is not the case. Taking a look at the stats here, Royal 2 and Snakebite doing work. Most importantly, Snakebite, 34 kills for him. But if you look at the assists to Suspector, 29 kills, 23 assists. Lethul, of course, playing that very versatile role that he always plays, slaying and playing that objective and supporting his teammates as much as possible. 27 kills and 25 assists. What a way to open up this championship, Bravo.
Yeah, let's see how it all went down. 34 and 27 for Snakebite, the only player in the 30 club. But let's look at some highlights from that series. You see Cratos there getting excited. Whenever you see his player cam in the upper left, he is always yelling with his squad as they tried to make this flag run happen. But I have to say, despite Allegiance's, that first flag run when they went up and scored early, the crowd erupted, but we didn't really see another flag run or even flag run attempt like that from Allegiance. Throughout that game, they were able to hold off CLG, and they were just on the back foot, backs against the wall the entire time. But I have to say, Suspector had some really, really great offensive plays, but we kept seeing them tie time and time again just before they got the flag out to bridge. You have to wonder, will they find more success if they try to start running cave side? Should they start running flag fountain? But look at this play from Suspector. He had help, but I mean, L-Town and he to get that flag return with 57 seconds left in overtime. A big defensive play from Allegiance. Suspector here as well.
I think, Suspector having a DMR in his hands is proven right here is just dangerous for anyone he goes up against. He pretty much has to be no shields in order for that to affect him there. But there is CLG, and I don't think they expected this out of the gate at all.
And I don't think they expected to get scored on first, nor did they expect to tie in game number 1. So this is going to be a bit of a check for them. And I think actually, to be honest, and we haven't talked about this yet, I think Allegiance winning game 1 could actually be very dangerous for them, because that will really kick CLG into high gear throughout the rest of the series. Let's talk more about CLG, of course. They came here because they got first place at that Halo World Championship Tour stop in Columbus. Lethul, the newest addition of this squad, leaving his former team of EG, which was so dominant over the past 18 months. And this was their first team win at the Columbus stop since 2014. So, of course, they want to add this to the history books. There are the CLG boys on your screen. You see Snakebite shaking his head a bit. He's talking about the things that they need to do, because if you're CLG, you can win this game, but Allegiance had a little bit too good of the pressure. It goes both ways, though. Really good offense, really good defense. But if we look at possession of the map, right, you're looking at probably like 75% CLG, if not more, throughout the game. Allegiance can't play with their backs against the wall for the next 12 minutes. They need to change the pace of the game.
Oh, and I think Allegiance have certainly proven that they can get in CLG's face and be a nuisance to them, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Allegiance is not going to just give in. Here we go, folks. Capture the flag on Coliseum, part 2, as we do the replay, and you know what? It really couldn't have started any other way. let's see what these two teams bring to the table. But a beautiful first strike Hail Mary nade there coming out of Snakebite, looking for another follow-up kill on L-Town, but he won't find that one just yet as his teammate Lethul. He sees that red X pop up, so he has to expect that they want to make moves on this blue cave side. There's Suspector again. He is so difficult to take out, right? And that is a testament to his ability and what this young man has been able to accomplish, throughout his grinding of Halo 5. But Snakebite too, let's not forget this guy right here. He is incredible, and there's a reason why he's just establishing himself inside of the base here.
So smart. He's just peeking on both sides, throwing the grenade. And here's the fountain run that we might see. And look at CLG. In the first minute of the game, they're already 50% across the map with the first flag.
And L-Town goes in for the challenge, but Cratos stops it right away with a headshot over to Suspector, who would fall, and he's looking for his teammates to make a play.
Cratos, only player alive for Allegiance. He has to do something. And he will be taken down. So CLG is undoubtedly going to continue this flag run. Now over to Frosty.
Yeah, but they're going to charge in for it, and yes, they do. They manage to make it happen. But one has to wonder, they're losing a lot of bodies now. If they can clear a couple more kills, Allegiance might be able to get this return.
Once again, Suspector, the only player alive on this part of the map. The flag is still away. Somehow, they have not been able to get the return. So look at the CLG pressure. Now, Royal 2 does have a sniper, and I'm keeping an eye on exactly where that flag goes. Frosty is about to bring it home, Golden Boy.
Well, you know what? I think this is very well going to be the case unless a defiant Allegiance member, Naded, is there for the stop. Oh, they do get that one cap in, so I apologize for that one. But regardless of the fact, though, 1-0, still looking good as Allegiance are now trying to get inside of the CLG base. But Naded won't stay alive as he gets picked off with the assault rifle in the air.
And I have to say, CLG looks a little bit too strong off of the break. It looks like they knew exactly what they needed to change up in their gameplay to get the first flag in. And it looked to me like also Allegiance actually had 2 out of the 4 players of CLG dead on green side of the map during that flag run. But I tell you what, Naded, actually Cratos, excuse me, we'll go over to him. But Allegiance had 2 dead on green side. They should have got that flag stop, but CLG had just a perfect timing on moving that flag very slowly. It actually took them 2 to 3 respawn cycles to get the flag all the way across the map, but they did it. They now lead this game 1-0, and Allegiance needs to turn on the offense.
They were so confident in going after that flag. They really just never gave in, which is impressive because, a lot of teams probably would have realized that if you're stacking up too much on that side, maybe you don't go for it. But again, right, these two squads, the slaying prowess that CLG has is unparalleled, and they relied on that to give them that victory. Cratos, though, he's going to hit that rocket against the wall, thinking that that player was, or actually that rocket was going to land in a different spot. World 2 looking for this, but he won't find much.
Yeah, that was great shots there. Let's go straight to a listening now with Allegiance. We'll spend some time with them, see if they have the energy to get this map back, but their flag is out. Here's a listening with Team Allegiance.
Top cat, top rockets. Just like, guys, just like. I'm looking. He's top cat, he's up on the like that. Help out Brett. They're on it. Naded, if you guys. Super weak. Nice, Brett. I'll get Reno. Nice, 2 dead right now, 2 dead. They're pushing elbow. We have numbers. Still a cave. These are both there. They're alive here. We're 2 dead. One shot. Low, stay alive on one. There might be a time. Bottom right, we're 3 dead. One time. Rockets in 10 seconds. We gotta get these rockets. You guys put the rockets. Lethal weak. Lethal on oven. I got lethal. Watch on rockets. Watch on cave. We're 3 dead. We never kill. Take it. Alright, you lost one. Running a window. We're good, guys. We're good. It's gonna be the oven with it. They're oven now. You went to oven. I can't stop it. Let's rally this back. They're window. Flag. One shot Frosty. They're both one time. I don't know where he went. No, DMR. He's on the window. I'm hiding top cat. Or I'm hiding top side. They're one to the BR. Oh yeah, we're all at sniper. Bottom grass. They're BR. There's our maze right now. One shot me, there's sniper. The maze weak. On the maze weak. On the window. The window weak. They're running it. Don't let them run this. Where's the running it?
And there you have Allegiance just trying to keep that positivity going, but Snakebite is on the move, looking to put the 3rd and final cap on board for this replay, and he will do it. CLG will take game number 1 against Allegiance, and it was a different story in the replay, but still, Allegiance I mean, you know, not take anything away from them there. Just CLG knew what they wanted to do in that replay.
Yeah, CLG was, first of all, closing on all the caps, and Allegiance didn't put up nearly as good of a fight in that match. It only lasted 5 minutes and 13 seconds. They did it pretty quick, especially compared to that last game. Looking at the score, a few players hitting the 10-kill mark, Snakebite and Lethul on the CLG side, but also Cratos, you see, dropping 10 kills as well, but significantly different kill differentials when you look at the CLG side, certainly outslaying just a bit. Let's see exactly how that match went down. There's some key replays. Frosty brought in that first flag. Keep in mind, this was under the 2-minute mark, and just puts the layup there.
I didn't even see that one go in.
It just pops it on the flag platform, and Snakebite brings that in. There's going to be your second cap for them as well. They go up 2-0, and I tell you what, at this point in the match, I mean, it was just all CLG. That's all she wrote. Pushing in perfectly. You heard the frustration in Allegiance's voice as well. They couldn't stop the flags. They weren't able to get back. And look at this. Snakebite is just going to walk this last flag in. Had a lot of control throughout that entire match. CLG wins game number 1.
They knew what they wanted to do going into the replay, and they accomplished it.
Yeah.
CLG, of course, doing work, as they always do. Now, you know, getting ready for this next one, right? This Slayer, you need Allegiance to come out swinging, right? They cannot keel over. I'm going to keep using that term because I know a lot of people think that that is what Allegiance was going to do, but game one proved, first game proved that they can go toe-to-toe.
Right.
And if they're playing and running on all cylinders, when you have guys like Suspector going off with a DMR, Cratos picking up numerous double kills, Naded hitting those shots with snipe, I honestly think that they could very well do this. They just have to play hard.
Oh, I certainly think so too. And it's specifically worth noting that that was an objective game type, right? And it's a very large-scale objective game type. It's not a hectic, you know, like a Stronghold on Empire or something. So that just shows you that they can play the long game in an objective game type with CLG. That could be an indicator of things to come. It definitely has CLG a bit worried, but if you're CLG, you're feeling good, because you could see the look on Snakebite's face. He was talking to his teammates, he was shaking his head. They needed to change exactly what they were doing because clearly something wasn't working. They had control of the map, they had control of the weapons, but the pushes they were making, they weren't able to convert on any of the late game flags in the first iteration of that game. However, in the second, it almost seemed like it was too easy. Every time we cut back to Snakebite, he was doing front bridge runs up to Catwalk. They brought it back. I mean, for them to even be able to run that first flag all the way through the green side while still staying alive was pretty incredible.
And it always boiled down to just one member of Allegiance just sprinting across to the rocket area, right, that open portion of the map, and trying to make a play happen. They just could not do it, right? They could not make it happen because when CLG grabbed that flag, they moved as a unit all the way back. And most teams think to themselves, oh, well, you know what, maybe that's an opportunity for a counter cap, but when you only have one guy there, there's not much progress. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, especially on a map like Coliseum, because that player has to be awfully sneaky if they want to try to get that stopped.
That's right. So I believe we have our friends Sims and Walshy down on the floor. Guys, what's going on?
Thank you very much indeed. So you just saw CLG obviously taking game number 2. The first one very all tied up pretty much. We saw some double kills, triple kills, some big plays out of individual players. I've got to say though, Walshy, the one thing I need to ask, coming off of that, we know that Allegiance are very much this roller coaster team. They like to win games and move forward, and we saw that yesterday with Renegades. Is this going to have a proper knock-on effect moving forward?
There are two things that I take away from that last game. One is CLG is an incredibly strong team on Coliseum CTF. They have this strategy where they buy so much time over at Caveside and allow their teammates to just get opportunities to push in the flag and actually get pulls out. So this was a game type when I looked at it that I did not think Allegiance was going to be able to win. So the fact that they took it into overtime in the beginning is a great sign if you're a Allegiance fan. And then the other part is, yes, this Allegiance can win this match. They just have to make sure they can bounce back. And we saw that earlier in this tournament. In the quarters, they were able to come back against Renegades. They have playing games where they've been down and he's able to reverse that. So this team that we counted out before and said they're emotional, they're either on that day or they're off, I feel like it's not just an on or off switch anymore. They can ramp right up and come back at any time.
Well, we know we've had a few bumps in the road when it comes to Slayer for CLG, but you know what, guys? Game number 2 is going to be getting underway. So, casters, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Sims. And, I mean, you know what, Walshy? He's just so, it's the smile. It really is.
He's also so wise.
He's so wise.
Probably the wisest man in the Halo community as it pertains to his knowledge.
But
I'll have to take that up with him afterwards. Slayer on the rig is going to be game number 2. Zing! It's going to be here, the Slayer that they, of course, Allegiance can steal from CLG if they want to rally back. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for game number 2. $1 million is on the line here, Golden Boy.
Team Slayer on the rig, and what we know about this map is that if you were able to gain position of that back portion of the map, right by the bunker, which is what Naded and the crew want to focus on, it could work out very well. You see, if you are a person who plays Halo matchmaking, that is a great spot for you to get control of. And here comes Naded, finds one with the scatter shot, finds a double kill as well. Naded is going to start things off lovely.
Perfect execution of the scatter shot and thrust play. He also has sniper in hand now as well. Look at how much ammo he's got in that top right. Oh my goodness. And he almost made the play there to snipe that eagle eye out of the ground, but now over to Frosty, who's going to be pushing in to help Snakebite on that exact side of the map. So netted up here, just about even score off the first break.
Looking for that snipe. There goes Snakebite, gets that melee, and of course you have one member of Allegiance trying to just stay alive, but CLG have established control of this area. It's going to be 5-4. They take the lead by 1, but it is a very fragile lead. Could disappear in any minute.
Yeah, Snakebite still has the camo. I have to say, Naded almost made Snakebite look silly with that no-scope and finishing it with the scatter shot, but that allowed CLG to get sniper rifle control as well. I want to show you exactly what Royal 2 is now with this sniper rifle. Still quite a bit of ammo, and CLG continuing to rack up kills, but Allegiance keeping it close.
Yeah, I think that nade from Royal 2 may have killed his teammate, but you know, it's okay. Mistakes are made. I think the damage was already done, so it didn't register as such. But, oh, wait a minute. Splinter coming in from Naded just out of nowhere. And you know what? That's a big win there for Allegiance, clearing out that snipe on Tower 2. Now they have to just put some progress forward, and Frosty's going to do what he can with it. Tries to go in for that body shot, and he doesn't get the kill with the grenade, but Royal 2 and CLG are opting to push outside. This is something you don't see. What a shot from, oh my goodness, Frosty, the young man coming out huge with a double.
I mean, look at the scoreboard. It was just 7-6. Now it's 14-7. CLG has just totally turned this game around. Frosty is communicating and calling out with his teammates while shooting the dead bodies of his opponents.
Yeah, you know, just some things you're just able to do. No more snipe ammo for Frosty here, so I think, you know, the damage is done for now. But I have to say, man, CLG have come out here with a vengeance, and they want to just put this one away as soon as they possibly can. You have Frosty, and I just love this aggression. I love this aggression from CLG and from Frosty most notably, because he is not going to let Allegiance, you know, get time to think. He's just going to continue to be in their face while his teammates maintain position.
Right, and the scariest thing about CLG is the way they move. You see when a single player gets weak, they just flock to that player and they push that side of the map so hard. There's no hesitation. You know, a lot of that's got to come from their coach, Clutch, former Halo 3 professional player. He's behind them, calling the shots, letting them know when they have that man advantage and can really push in on their opponents.
Kratos looking for his next target, Lethul. One shot, having to back away. And he has a teammate actually taking a sizable amount of damage.
I actually got to show you Royal 2 right now. He has a plasma caster and camo combo, so he's going to be super sneaky here, trying to make some moves, and he's probably going to get the sniper rifle, which just dropped as well.
Kratos getting away from that, and he has that camo. I think it may have worn out. Yep. Yes, it did. So he just did what he needed to do with it for the time being, right? And of course, plasma caster won't really need to be charged up there. Granted, this is just an impressive run for CLG. They're putting kills on the board. A double kill and a killing frenzy for Royal 2. Finally gets shut down there by L-Town.
I mean, Royal 2 racking up the medals there. Some pretty impressive performance from him. Look at the score line, though, Golden Boy. I mean, we are now at 11-28. You can't say enough how well CLG is controlling this game, despite the fact that Allegiance had such a strong start. I mean, CLG just looks like they're one step ahead once again. Off screen, we do have Snakebite with a sniper rifle. Going to be keeping an eye on that to see if that heats up as well.
The throwing off Allegiance here with this approach, you never know where the sniper is going to be. The sniper's over on yellow corner. The sniper's probably hanging out by catwalk. Maybe he's by carbine. Who knows, right? Wherever the sniper wants to go, the sniper goes. That has been such a frustrating thing for this squad to deal with. The sniper's hanging out by the sniper. Like, you just don't see this kind of stuff when you're talking about Rig Slayer. Most teams like to play defensively and hold down positions in the bunker, but CLG are pretty much taking it to Allegiance, and they have no answer for it.
That's right. We got word from the stats guys in the back that I believe Royal 2 was on a killing frenzy as well, so that certainly doesn't help. We haven't seen any of that action. We'll find out if we have any on replay, but it's getting out of control here for Allegiance. CLG is continuing to rack up the score, and if you're Allegiance, Golden Boy, you have to stop but bleeding immediately. Slow this game down. Start to get control. Make sure you're pushing out together as a unit, because there's no way they're going to be able to come back if they don't do that.
I mean, you have to play pretty much as scattered and frantic as CLG is playing right now. That's really what it boils down to, because the way that they're pushing them, right, like just really taking liberties with getting aggressive on open side and pushing out sniper to tower, all those things just really seem to be throwing off Allegiance, and they can't find an answer. What a grenade, a splinter nade from Suspector. He had no idea it was coming.
That's right. Let's go listen in with CLG for these last few moments as they are just dominating here on Rig Team Slayer.
Bottom rail. I'm leaving here, bottom rail, push rail. Barrels. Bottom rail, dead. Bottom rail.
Naded's on shield.
Weak on PJ.
He's on shield. He's bottom rail. Two bottom rails, spawn there. Alright, yeah. Slow it down, start working together.
You guys go engine.
Copper, he's that's bridge. I spawn open field. I'll get him. I'll shot.
Go barrels. Weak. Nice shot, PJ. I'm going engine. Come in.
I'm gonna die here. I'm going low. I'm gonna go low.
10. I'm going top engine. One's barrels.
DJ, I'm pushing low. He's on you, DJ.
Bunker weak.
DJ, I'm pushing him.
Top rail. Nice. Top rail barrels.
I'm nading the snipe.
He's in the Hey, Cam is coming up at 36.
Top rail. Snipe.
Cam is at 36.
I'm gonna get this.
Who's going bottom rail?
Yeah, I got it. We need to get this camo. Yo, listen, one's going on pillar barrel. Matt will be the one to go for it.
Barrel's the basement, Naded. Two basement guys. They're looking for camo, I can't do anything. Barrel's weak, Spectre.
Basement weak. To the right is scatter.
I got camo. Cratos, alright. One basement's camo. Cratos weak, catwalk.
Let's fly basement.
He's going nest, going towards us. One's behind you guys.
Push car back.
Last two nest, and then...
I have sniper.
Outside weak, by all. Watch out, by all.
Give this up.
Nice. They can be top engine. Under bats, under
Sniper.
Bunker.
One top rail.
Watch top rail.
I'm gonna look for a kill here.
Real shot probably, man.
I'm no shield.
Top rail on the window. Top rail on the window, PJ.
And weak, bunker.
CLG is on fire, 46-21. They're continuing to add on to this sizable lead that they have accrued. And Bravo, honestly, I'm just surprised that CLG came at them the way that they did. But you know what, though, Allegiance, this is one of those games where you just got to shake it off and move on, man, because there really is just no answer for it right now. 47-22, we're pretty much at the tail end of this game.
That's right. I mean, and Allegiance did not know how to stop this. Like you said, midway through the game, they likely realized that they were not going to be able to turn this around. Only one kill left for them, and that's going to be it.
Wow.
CLG wins game number 2 in a dominating fashion, 50-22. Of course, more than doubling the score of their opponents. On the Allegiance side, of course, nowhere near as much excitement as you have CLG is only 2 games away from $1 million. Let's look at the stats here, Golden Boy.
World 2 with 17 kills. He was on a killing frenzy, 17-9. You had Snakebite and Lethul also contributing. Frosty and Lethul with those assists as well. And Cratos just not doing as well as he would hope. 1-13. He is going to be my player to watch. And what a strong start for Allegiance as well, right? Naded able to pick up a double kill right away. It looked like things were going to start to, pan out well. And then right here, Frosty, man, just did the dirty work, shooting those bodies. And we know that Allegiance is a very passionate team. Could have very well put them on tilt there. I would not have been surprised.
Look at these shots here from Royal 2. My goodness, to hit the double kill, killing frenzy with the perfect kill as well. Look at the score here. I mean, Golden Boy, it's 40-20 at this point. And a big thing I have to point out is the luxury of these leads that these teams get. It allows them, entirely to just push away, right? You had CLG who could make a ton of mistakes. They had the luxury of saying, all right, we have this 20-kill cushion. Let's just be really aggressive, continue to control the power weapon still. But they continue to be aggressive without worrying. And Allegiance was just getting pushed down time and time again.
Yeah, Allegiance just couldn't get their shot together, right? They couldn't get the shots that they wanted.
Right.
And because of that, it just, really cost them that game. I believe that this squad can come back and take a game off of CLG. But again, we knew this coming into it. They have to give it everything they have. And what's most important right now, and CLG knows this, is that if they continue to frustrate them more and more, maybe that just puts Allegiance in a mindset that is very negative and could very well lead to a CLG victory.
A lot of it's going to come down to those opening starts, right? I mean, we had Naded there. Had he hit that scatter shot kill on the Camo player and maintain control of Sniper, CLG may not have gone on that run. You know, you have to look at these key moments in those openings can really dictate the pace of the game. That's what happened in Game 2. Allegiance needs to make sure that doesn't happen in Game 3.
It's going to be a pressure-filled situation for Allegiance, without a doubt. Can they do it is the question. Can they answer back in game number 3, or will CLG continue their dominating run here at the Halo World Championship 2016? Don't go anywhere. When we return, plenty more action on the way. Welcome back, everyone, to the Halo World Championship 2016, live from Hollywood, California, as we are currently looking at CLG up 2-0 over a Defiant Allegiance. Can they bring it back is the question on everyone's mind. Of course, Counterlogic Gaming doing what they do best, straight work.
That's right. Here we're going to have Game 3 coming up in just a bit. But before that, it's down on the floor to you, Larry.
Thank you very much. You guys know who I'm standing in front of. This is, of course, Mr. Phil Spencer and Bonnie Ross from 343 Industries. Thank you guys for coming down here. It's great to see you. Bonnie, I want to talk to you. This is the finals. Let's talk about how we got here and what this means for Halo Esports.
Yeah, you know, I think you guys all know that Halo 2 brought esports to the console. And 343 was focused on bringing it back with Halo 5. And it's not about me, because I just stand up here and talk. My team who actually did this, the multiplayer arena team, and their fearless leader, Josh Holmes, is sitting right over.
Are they here?
Yes.
Let's give it up. Can we swing the camera around? I'd love to see these guys and girls. Great job. Thank you.
And it's because of their passion to bring this back that we have esports. So thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of everybody around the world, thank you. Now, Phil Spencer, this is a major milestone, not only for Halo Esports, but for Xbox Esports, right?
Yeah, I mean, these teams are playing for $1 million. Wow. I mean, I think about us back on the original Xbox, plugging wires together. My esport was, could I beat the guys in my dorm rooms? Right. You know, and now like they're making a living, they're playing Halo. It's great to see how the community comes together to support esport. It's real. It's fantastic.
I want to talk to you about where do you envision esports going for Xbox?
I think for the industry, esports is going to be as big as regular sports. You look at the number of people that play games. You look at the different platforms people are playing on. You look at the money that's pouring in, the broadcast. I don't know what the viewer numbers are tonight, but I'm sure it's fantastic. You know, I think it's so accessible. Anybody can play a game. You can pick up the same controller, the same game these people play. You can grow your skills. I think there's no cap to what esports can become.
Yeah, I was having this conversation earlier. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's no hot spot of esports. It's anywhere. It's your bedroom.
That's right. I will say the fact that all these people are like less than half my age, it looks like there's some kind of age cap on what you need in order to be able to play. But yeah, anybody can play these games. It's fantastic. I think it's unlike any other sport. You just sit down, you grab a controller, you start playing games, and you build your skills.
And away you go. Now, Bonnie, the winning team is going to take home the biggest prize pool in console history. It's $1 million. That's amazing. I mean, did you ever imagine something like this for Halo?
You know, we obviously imagined the $1 million because we announced it. But I think that what we didn't imagine was that that with the rec pack, we could actually make this tournament be $2.5 million, which means the winning team takes home $1 million. And that's amazing. And this is just the beginning, and we're just getting started. As Bravo talked about, the HCS Pro Series starts soon, and so it just keeps going.
I know, much like these folks, I have purchased my share of rec packs and contributed to that pool, so thank you for that. Phil, I want to talk about you. You've been at Xbox since the very first Halo Combat Evolved. What does it mean for you to see the growth of the Halo franchise and how important it is to Xbox?
Yeah, and just to be clear, Bonnie has also been on Xbox since we shipped the original Halo. You know, it was one of our launch games. When we looked at it as a launch game, obviously we're bringing shooters to console, trying to follow in the footsteps of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. It's amazing what this has turned into now, over a decade later. You see a franchise that for us is still critical to what we do, the biggest franchise that we have in kind of core gaming. And to see events like this happen around it, you kind of have to take a step back and just think about your history with the brand and with the console. It's such a cool moment for me. It's really great.
I mean, here we are standing in Hollywood, California, amongst this in this amazing place with this amazing crowd. So I want to thank you guys. All right, before we go, Bonnie and Phil, I want to ask you one question. Who's your favorite team to win? Can you do that?
That would jinx them, but I will say that I put my fingerprints all over their rings, which are amazing. So whoever gets it, I've touched your ring.
Great rings. What about you, Phil? Do you want to make any predictions?
No, I'm not making any predictions. I do hear that Bonnie's going to challenge the winning team 1-on-4. So, and I've seen Bonnie play. She's got mad skills. So I'm on Bonnie.
All right, legit. Anyway, but now before we get back into Game 3, don't forget the championship. We've got something very special in store. I'm really excited about this. This is the world gameplay premiere of Warzone Firefight for Halo 5 Guardians. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Back to you guys up at the booth.
Thank you so much, Larry, and of course Phil and Bonnie. Pleasure to have them here as well. Incredible. Incredible what they do for Xbox and what they do for gaming in general. For me personally, it's a pleasure, and I'm sure for you as well. You work with Bonnie, at 343. So.
Of course, and as Larry mentioned, as Bonnie mentioned, to have so many of the multiplayer team guys here to kind of witness the game that they've been building, right, for so many years, right, 3+ years building Halo 5 and continuing to push out updates every single month. It's exciting to have them in the room. Everyone's here, right? Whether you're watching on Twitch or you're in the room, we're all here to see which team is going to be crowned Halo World Champion.
I also want to give a special shout out to my friends on the pro team. The Halo 5 pro team. These guys are awesome. They're in the crowd too. We had Strongside who is here with us, joining us on commentary. I saw the one and only Dursky out in the crowd. The Dursky. Okay, in case you guys don't know. Honestly, everyone who's who in the Halo community is in the house today. And we thank you guys so much for tuning in live on Twitch and on Xbox as well. You guys are all incredible, and you're making this thing possible here and now. And there's just so much more to come with the HCS Pro League in the future. I am beyond excited. But, guys, it is time for game number 3 as these teams get ready to go. Are you ready in the crowd? It is time for Stronghold's Plaza. Can they do it? Can Allegiance fight back and prove to themselves and to everyone else that them being here, they deserve this opportunity and they can go toe-to-toe with Counter Logic Gaming. Royal 2 on your screen, gonna kick things off, and he goes right for it, right for that railgun, and I think it got combat evolved, as a matter of fact. So a plasma grenade went to the railgun and it flew away.
And I gotta say, that's actually L-Town who has it all the way over at Yard, so he did combat evolve that weapon perfectly. That's when we talk about that metal, that's blowing the weapon back to you with a plasma grenade. You can very skillfully send power weapons off of their weapon pads to yourself to catch those and deny them from the opponent. So CLG, though, is going to put on early points despite Allegiance grabbing that power weapon.
And ALG getting stuck in that Yard is not going to look good for them. They want to focus attention on the blue side of the map, the cafe portion, as well as down low, right, and bottom mid. But his teammate Snakebite is there for the pickup. Naded goes in for a challenge. Won't find much.
Let me tell you why Royal 2 is he's standing still right now, and that just tells you that CLG has such control of the map that he knows exactly which choke points to watch, and he doesn't even need to look anywhere else because he's so confident that his team is watching the rest of the map.
Wow.
And then look at this, he's going to be able to pick up the double as well. So CLG just dominant in the opening of the game. But let's go over to the other side of the stage here now on board with Naded.
And I think that's going to be Cratos over at the mid-bridge, but Naded has to get out of there, and they got to figure something out here, Bravo.
They can't get out of Yard right now. This is exactly what CLG wanted to do, is to keep their opponents trapped here in the Yard. They're controlling 2 out of 3 strongholds on this map. Reason being, you only need 2 out of 3 points held to score in this new Stronghold game type. Of course, brand new for Halo 5, but Naded landing perfect kills across the map is certainly going to help them push out.
Yeah, and the key, though, is for them to push into the cafe, right? He got that kill there, so now you make progress. Naded's pistol is some of the best in the game, but unfortunately not good enough right there as Frosty wins that battle. Luckily for him, Cratos was there for the pickup, but again, this squad cannot get out of the cafe side. They are pinned bottom mid, and the sniper area goes to CLG with relative ease.
And Royal 2 able to pick up that railgun kill. It looks like for a second that Allegiance might be able to push out, but reason that they're going to be holding this nest and then bottom mid hills here, Golden Boy, is that Yard on this map is a little bit further away, right? It's a little bit of an outlier, so they don't want to go for total control just yet, as they are continuously keeping their opponents on spawn. And I hate to say it, but this could be a 100-0 victory in this game number 3 if they keep this up.
Oh my goodness, I cannot even believe if that would be the case. Now, the thing about Strongholds, though, folks, is that while the score may be 46-0, this game type is so awesome that you can come back into this, right? Allegiance is not out of it until that time, until that point, you know, status goes to 100, and then it is game over. But they still have an opportunity. Royal 2, though, whiffing on that railgun, really unexpected. And here comes the onslaught coming out of Allegiance as they're going to put bodies inside of that bottom mid Stronghold, and they secure it. Do they get it just? Yes, they do. Finally fighting out of it. Now they're going to start earning some points.
Last second, it looked like CLG was actually going to get the Stronghold defense. However, they're going to start to put points on the board. Got to say, L-Town's kill just now on Royal 2 with the railgun was big. Now they're scoring, and you know, I didn't expect Royal 2 to miss that rail either, but now Allegiance is on the board. Like you said, in Strongholds, you can stop the enemy team from scoring simply by controlling the 2 out of 3 points, and you can come back by a huge margin as long as the time allows.
2 players are going to be pushing up on Nest, which is the point right in front of you, and Frosty and Snakebite pick up kills. Now they're going to focus their attention on bottom mid, and if you get that trip cap, folks, it will spell doom for Allegiance because they will be earning a lot of points very quickly, and Allegiance knew they cannot allow that to happen, so they go right after Yard, and we're at square one again. Allegiance on that run, we're only able to accrue 10 points while CLG continue to rack up the scoreboard.
Right, and it is certainly not enough. They're going to need to do that again and establish a little bit more control. But interestingly, you know, we actually saw CLG go for the total control for just a second. Cratos was on the winning side of that battle just now.
And Cratos knows that someone will be here by the lift. That's why he looked that way, and he's waiting for him to lift up. So they were able to get that nest. And the thing that was really smart there of CLG, just to wait it out and let the teammate clean that one up. And that's exactly what happened. 4 down for Allegiance.
Yep, I was just going to say the same thing. All 4 dead for Allegiance. Not looking good for them. As off the break, they're going to control this right here. They're scoring once again. They might even be going for Yard. However, they might just maintain this spawn trap. Now, keep in mind, in competitive Halo, you can only respawn, you know, in certain zones around the map. Now, these teams have practiced day in and day out how to control those respawn zones. And you see right now, the reason Allegiance cannot push out is they are trapped at the Yard part of the map. And CLG in no rush to get them out of there, right?
Oh, and missing that shot. And I agree with you there, Bravo. There's no reason for them to just, you know, push up on the loop and see if they can get in their face. They could just continue to put the pressure where they are and let them have Yard. They're, you know, obviously CLG is content with capping 2, but here we go. Allegiance now making progress down low. And again, Royal 2, Snakebite can't find that rail shot, but Frosty gets the double kill and the Stronghold defense. They are looking, though, their sights set on Nest. No need to worry, because your teammate's there for the pickup. You focus right back on the slaying, unless there's some movement from Allegiance that Frosty was not picking up on, or his teammate made the call for, which is exactly what's happening here.
Let's go to a late game. Listen in here in these last 10 seconds, see how CLG might be able to close it out.
Oh my god! Bottom mid. Trash. Trash out down, going loop. Let's go, D. They're so fucking bad, bro. Oh my god, bro. Alright.
Woo! Oh boy.
Some choice words there.
Gotta clean that mouth with soap, young man. Oh goodness. That was
CLG looks too strong. They look too good there in that final score. It looks like it was actually, I think, 100-15. Yes, 6 minutes of play there, but I mean the score and as well as the kills, I mean they tell the story. 10-7 there from Snakebite, 10-6 from Royal 2, and 12-9 from Frosty. CLG looking dominant. Let's take a look at some replays from that last game. I mean, the story was CLG not looking back after the initial push. Here's Royal 2 as they push in. And I have to tell you, from here, they never looked back. 13-0, they kept going up with the score. I got to talk about that moment there, Golden Boy. You had Royal 2 just sitting and watching to see if anyone's going to come out of the Cafe Flowers area. I mean, when you have a player who's standing still for 10 seconds at any moment in a Halo game, it means they are in full control or they're trapped very far deep in a base. We might have seen the same thing from the Allegiance side. However, CLG is looking real good, Royal 2 and crew.
There's a reason why this squad is one of the best teams in the world, and why when this team was formed, many knew that they would be a powerhouse in competitive Halo. Even Lethul said it after X Games. He went on Twitter when they lost their gold medal match against Evil Geniuses. He said, it's not about that one, it's about the big one, this event right here. And to go out in a 4-0 sweep would be huge for CLG and would prove their dominance as the kings of the mountain in competitive Halo, Bravo.
Certainly make a very, very big statement. I mean, the score line you see on your screen actually tells the story so far. These games haven't been close by any standard or measure. CLG looks to be on top. And this question here that Naded, L-Town, Suspector, and Cratos need to ask is this the end of the line, right? Is this where the story ends for the Allegiance squad during the Halo World Championship? They can turn this around, right? They did it before. Let's talk about the road they took to get here when they were playing in their series in the quarterfinals. Down 0-2 in the series, down 0-2 in CTF with 3 minutes left. We've been repeating that, exactly how epic that moment is, and they rallied back to win the CTF 3-2. They then win the series 3-2. That's still possible here.
The question for me is Allegiance satisfied with second?
Right.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be satisfied with second. I would fight. I would give every ounce of energy I have and leave it all on the floor. And no matter what happens, right? You know, you cannot give in. CLG is the kind of squad that will make you think it is impossible to beat them. But as Sims had said before, it is possible. Teams have done it. Now, while they may not have defeated them in a series, they can very well defeat them in a couple games, and that is all they need to come back into this one, Bravo.
There's a few games left to play. If they happen to win, you know, these next 4, then they'll be able to take home the prize. It's going to be a long road then, but I think Naded and crew, after hearing from them, they're ready to leave it all on the stage, but we'll have to see if they can pull it together because CLG is looking strong.
All right, folks, when we come back, we are going to have a Game 4 showdown between Allegiance and CLG. Will this be it? Will CLG go out 4-0 and win the Halo World Championships, or will Allegiance fight back? Find out after this. And there you have it. Warcraft looks awesome. I can't wait to watch it. But you know what, guys? We know at home you are wondering, well, who's the most valuable player of this event, right? And we have the solution for you. All you got to do is go to twitter.com/Halo, and you just simply vote. You tap the screen on your phone, or if you're on your computer, wherever you may choose to be, you just vote for who you think is the MVP. Polls are open, I believe now?
I think they're going to be opening, yeah. They're here in the finals, of course. You can choose from these players that are here in the finals. But, yeah, we want to know an audience-selected VIP. Special thanks to our friends at Mega Blocks for awarding that MVP award.
That trophy's dope.
It is pretty sweet. We're going to have that out later. But let us know who you think the top player is here from these finals so far.
It's going to be a good one, folks. Of course, we want to know who you think. So once again, go to twitter.com/Halo, who you think is going to be the Mega Blocks MVP. But guys, I think we're going to get ready for this next game here in a little bit.
Right.
Bravo.
I think we're going to go ahead and go to the MVP.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and now take a look at this MVP video before we get into game number 4.
The Halo community wants Halo to be as big as possible, and I think this tournament shows that. With the prize money going as far as it did, there's no doubting how far Halo can really go, especially with such a strong community behind it.
The Halo community is just awesome, and they love the game as much as I do. It's just amazing, man. It really is.
The MVP is definitely Suspector. He just always is going big.
The MVP on our team would be Suspector.
I think the MVP would go to Royal too.
I think CLG's MVP would be Snakebite because he keeps us mentally in check, especially like a series like this for like $2.5 million is pretty big.
All right, folks, it's time to get back into the action. You had mentioned it before, Bravo. You said Fathom captured the flag. Could this be the map where CLG becomes $1 million richer?
That is quite a check to take away from this weekend's events. But of course, not to put that lightly. I mean, they've been playing for months and months to get here. Of course, they want to put their stamp in the Halo history books. They want to close it out in 4. On the other side, it's Allegiance who needs to fight back and win this game type. And if I'm Allegiance, I'm not looking forward to playing this game type against CLG, but I absolutely have to if I want to stay in the tournament.
This is what's in their way right now. A wall of blue as they play in the underwater battlefield of Fathom. Here we go, folks. Game number 4, and we're on board with Naded as he charges straight up top to the railgun to try and bring this one over to him. And he's just looking to bank a couple nades there. I believe Camo has been picked up by CLG. That's going to be Frosty who ended up getting that one.
Yeah, he's actually going to be jumping up to top. He's going to try to steal the rail from Naded right now, as you see on your screen. So we'll keep an eye on Frosty, exactly what he does. But Gotta say, Naded's grenades there for the combat evolves. Neither of them hit. The railgun stayed top middle, and that's unfortunate, right? But he does pick up a nice kill there. By the way, Frosty still does have that rail with Camo peeking around low. Gonna keep an eye on him and let you know if there's anything worth checking out.
Naded around Treehouse here. Knowing that this could very well be it, they have to put 150% forward, maybe even more, to defeat CLG. But there comes Frosty with the assist, helps out his teammate. Now they're looking to make some progress as CLG is going to converge on the blue base flag. And here we go, CLG starting to run down low in the blue pit. Could this be the first flag cap that they get? I believe it is going to get tossed out though, so Allegiance is most certainly not going to just give in.
And I have to say, that is now 3 dead for Allegiance. They're going to need to step up. The Suspector was the last alive, so CLG should be able to put this flag in, if I'm not mistaken. They're just waiting for the return. Here it comes. They're going to cap right now. Golden Boy and CLG will go up 1-0 here in potentially the 4th and final game.
2 more captures, and that'll do it, folks. CLG will be the champions, the Halo World Champions of 2016. What a railgun there on Naded.
And I have to tell you, they were actually running that flag already. 2 members of CLG will fall, but Golden Boy, I talked about it in the pregame. Fathom CTF is so fast, we could see in less than a few minutes CLG closing this out if they keep up this pressure.
I think Snakebite also knows that someone could be around their base here, so that's why he's just going to opt to, go in with that flag and get Allegiance thinking and having to push up, which that battle rifle from Snakebite is so deadly. He is such a talented player, and of course they clear out those kills. He's going to continue this flag run forward to the blue sub. Hopefully he can clear it is what he's thinking, but here comes Allegiance with the stop. Meanwhile, you're going to have L-Town with this railgun trying to get this return, and he does manage to make it happen.
He does manage to make it happen. You're right, indeed. A heads-up play there. Allegiance stays alive, but I have to say this is looking awfully a lot like what we saw in a previous game. By the way, 4 dead for Allegiance just now. Allegiance needs to get out for the defense. They need to fight off the back of their base walls and start to get that top mid control. Just now, you saw L-Town with that railgun, so he was forced to drop down and get the return. But Allegiance needs to continue getting top mid control, but it's not going to be easy because CLG looks so strong, and look how they're pushing in from both sides now.
This could very well be an opportunity for CLG to make a cap happen. Frosty will get the kill with that sub. And I like what I'm seeing here, right? They pincer their opponent from all directions, and they take it right over to the blue sub, and that has been their game plan time and time again. It's worked out for them already 3 times, and one of those times it converted into a cap. Lethul, though, is going to get stuck crouching, and there's Naded for a trade. And the CLG flag has been pulled, though, just yet as Worldtrue trying to stay alive inside of the Allegiance
That's
base.
a big play from Suspector. That was a player that was in his base. So, my goodness, such fast-paced action happening down here
though.
as we'll go over to Naded.
3 down, and he just wants to keep this flag going here. Off the respawn, Cratos has to be so careful and just think to himself, this is a dead flag. Yeah. I'm not going to push up for this one and be reckless.
That's exactly it. I mean, that flag was out for a second, but CLG obviously able to get that easy return as you had players spawning all along the corners. So still on board with Cratos here, and they're still in this game, Golden Boy. They can rally back, but they need to control this area right here. This is top mid. This is the power position.
They have to hold this down, Bravo. And roll 2, man. Just when you think that flag is going to go back and be returned, here comes CLG with a touch immediately. Frosty will fall. Great shots from Cratos as well. That Magnum of his is doing a lot of work. But there you have it again. Just gets snapped one more time, and they have to put that flag away.
And look at that. They're dogpiling those returns every single time. To me, that's an indicator that they're not necessarily in control of the map. But Camo is going to go to Suspector, so we'll go on board with him now. You just saw that off a Naded screen. Suspector might be able to make some moves here with the Camo, but whenever you see a team dogpiling on a flag return, that means they want to get that return as fast as possible. They can't risk it, and they don't have map control. If you have map control, typically you can only send 1 player and get away with the return.
They got to be careful, too, about that silo spawn. So you are going to have players just charging straight across the map, and Suspector can't stay alive. So you have one guy spawning in the back of the base. That ended up occurring with another spawn happening by silo, so that run just couldn't get going. But you saw Allegiance begin to converge inside of the base and cause some problems for CLG. A trade for Cratos, too, is pretty good as they are continuing to get kills. 2 for 2 now with 2 up, 2 alive on both ends.
Yeah, you see now 7 minutes left in the match here as you see a storm rifle in hand. Let's get ready to go into a listen in just a moment now with Team Allegiance as we have, like I said, still plenty of time on the clock. Let's go into a listen in with L-Town and Team Allegiance.
Another on the corner. Sneaky and their BR. Not the BR.
What's our tree? What's our tree?
Los is helping you. Los is helping you.
On their
Our port still, one shot. Watch our port, lethal right now, guys. Watch our port still. We're one dead. Don't I'll get him, stay alive. One dead for them, one dead. Stay alive here. Live. I can. Our ports are running in. Our ports. Alright, running in now. He's a wall. Give me the flag. Running in 20 seconds.
Running in bit. He's low.
Get to him in and slay this guy. Camo's at 547.
Tell me,
Get this rail and get the camo. One dead, run at the guy. Lethal's one shot, top mid, absolute. My guys have
two top mid, I got one.
Railgun's gonna be up now. Railgun's gonna be up.
Lethal.
Camo's at 547. Camo's at 547, guys. Flash up to the corner. Carlos, you have to go for camo. 547. They're bridge going top middle.
I saw.
He has railgun. Burn it. Top middle outside. Let's burn. I'm in our SMG. What's our SMG?
Live, guys.
Our silo pushing porch.
Yeah, he's a porch now. Coming in now.
Dead. I know you're there. Okay, we have to play together on our base. Start absolute. 2 dead right now. We have numbers.
One player tree.
Yeah, rail. Our pulse. No, pushing us on base. You can have rail. One of them has rail.
I'm gonna die. We're 2 dead. What's the I think?
Oh yeah, we gotta start being aggressive.
Naded!
Back to that. We have numbers, guys. Our silo have kills. One dead. They're dead. They're 2 or 3. Watch out, guys. I watch out.
Porch.
And I find her. Watch out, find her.
Porch.
Watch out, there's 2 on port. I'm pushing up. Good fucking shit. Red, I'm here, Red. What's our port? Get the read. We're on the read right now. Get the read. We are one shot. Nice shit, play. Get it. It's almost read, dude. It's not read yet. It's okay. Stop him, SMG. Our porch, one shot. Snakebite. Do that again. Let's go.
What's our style? We're good, guys. Let's fucking go.
Redman's gonna be up at 24. I shot one shot. Snakebite.
I'm one shot, guys. I'm one shot.
20 seconds till railgun. Fight for this railgun. Our silo. 15 seconds, guys, till railgun. South, stay alive, South.
One shot, come in.
Railgun's gonna be up. 5 seconds.
I'm
going for real. Okay. 15 seconds till camo. 15 seconds till camo. It's going to kill me. They're 3 out there. 547. 10 seconds camo. We're 2 dead. They have numbers. We have to burn this camo at least. We have to at least burn this camo. 345. I'm on it.
Our tree right now.
I'm burning it. I burned it. Nice. 40.
By the way, our tree, guys.
I camo door. I'm pushing out. One shot. Alright, 2 dead. Report. Approach silo. You have help from the silo. Start talking to each other. It's gonna be the trios. It's gonna go up to you. They're front base. They're pulses. On the wall now. Our silo.
And a great listen in there with Allegiance. One thing I definitely need to highlight here is Naded. He sounds quiet, which is not the Naded that I want to hear right now.
Right, I mean, I think, yeah, they're playing pretty cool, calm, and collected, but I have to point out, Golden Boy, I mean, this is a different Allegiance than we've seen potentially the entire series. This looks like the Allegiance that we saw in the first iteration of Coliseum CTF, game number 1, and now they're holding on, making sure not to make any mistakes that will let CLG go up by 2 flags, as Naded playing really well with his railgun here.
He has to get one more kill with this rail. There is going to be pressure coming from front. That's going to be a big kill for him. And Naded now looking for that return. And it is going to get returned. And Allegiance tie this one right back up. We have a game here, folks.
And what a big cap there. Of course, they worked so hard to get that as the Naded chant erupts in the house.
Everyone here, of course, rooting for Naded. He is a fan favorite, has been. If you ever watch his stream on Twitch, this guy is entertaining. He's an awesome dude. But none of that matters here. What matters is getting the W and proving to yourself that you can come right back into this game. But of course, CLG is looking to cause some problems here. Back over to them.
Man, CLG has been shut down, though. We got to talk about how Allegiance totally turned this game around. I mean, especially during that flag standoff, which was pretty long, by the way. I believe that was at least a 4-minute standoff or so. Several different camos, several different railguns popping up. But my heavens, I mean, CLG is now actually has the pressure on them for really the first time since the beginning of game 1.
3 down now. Cratos does fall to Frosty, but still, Naded making this progress inside of the base, knows exactly where they're going to be coming up off the respawn.
It looked good for Allegiance for a second, but CLG answers right back, and we'll have to see if Suspector is really able to get away with his camo. He's going to burn, so that means that that camo will not actually be awarded to anyone. Of course, that active camo is going to give you about 45 seconds of invisibility, but my goodness, now CLG is running this flag. This could spell disaster for Allegiance, but they stop the flag as well. Now over to Frosty.
This is where you have to make the play. You have to come up top. Suspector, though, can't win against that SMG. Meanwhile, you are going to have Cratos with that light rifle doing work, picking up the double kill, but he has to move in. He has to do this right here, right now. Finds one player in front of him, another one going in for the challenge, and he just cannot stay up as CLG put it on the board.
CLG,
Now's the time.
That's a very, very late flag capture. 1 minute left in the game here, Golden Boy. CLG answers back there, potentially a minute away from being the Halo World Champions.
This is the time to shine if you're Allegiance, but if you're CLG, you keep playing your game, you keep grinding. You know that you're one of the best teams in the game for no reason, because people have said it time and time again. You guys are the ones who will come out with this championship, but the pressure is on for Allegiance.
Yes, right now, 30 seconds left. World 2 and CLG, they just need to control the map. No need to push in for a flag. That's it. Just keep the enemy on spawn. And look at this. When you have an enemy with a storm rifle in your treehouse, it's not going to be easy to push out.
This is a scary, scary situation for Allegiance, but they are going to be inside of the base. 20 seconds. Now's the time to make a play. You are going to have progress, and they are going to make that pull. Lethul had fallen, but if you can continue to hold this one down for just a couple more seconds, a perfect kill for Royal 2. Storm rifle in hand, but he can't quite stay alive.
And I got to take a look to see that L-Town is actually running this flag. They're now trying to get this flag back. Look at Allegiance. They are moving together, and they might be able to still get this, Golden Boy.
And that's going to do it, folks. Counter Logic Gaming. They are the Halo World Champions of 2016. What a run they've had all season long. An incredible squad, and it is well deserved. They have fought and fought and fought for this opportunity. Wow.
Golden Boy, a 4-0 victory. That's the best word to describe it. A dominant performance here. This crowd erupts. I mean, you got to celebrate just how good they are, how talented they are in the finals. Really, they only saw resistance for brief moments of that series. CLG just looks far too strong. They are your Halo World Champions, and now $1 million richer.
I mean, you know what? CLG came into this one as the heavy favorites. Everyone knew what they were capable of. Allegiance fought hard to the last second, and I think that moving forward, going into HCS Pro League and beyond, there is just so much discussion to be had. What comes after this? But in this moment right here, CLG are the champions.
Yeah, I mean, they've separated themselves from the pack, right? In the history of Halo, we've seen a lot of teams do this. Dave, you've been a part of a lot of rosters with Final Boss that you're winning championships without dropping a game as well, right? I mean, how does that feel as a champion to come out and just dominate everyone?
Well, first off, winning is the best feeling. However, when you can do it in that convincing of fashion, there is no question who is the #1 squad right now. They're going to go into Pro League. They're going to go into this next season as the undisputed #1 team in the world.
Right, it's not like it was a Game 7 Slayer that decided it, right? It's not like they were the toss-up and anyone could have taken it in the end. CLG is I mean, they're simply the strongest roster.
No, without question. I mean, you don't leave Evil Geniuses if you're not expecting to win, right? No one kind of saw that one coming. It was a whirlwind of events, but we're speaking about Pro League and such and beyond. What happens now is the next whirlwind when we see teams thinking, right, how the hell do we take these guys down, the calculated decisions and such like that. I'm interested to see what happens with the rosters now and who can take these down. What people and what players can we put together to defeat this team? It's a solid brick wall.
Yeah, that's the question.
They're incredible. They are a phenomenal squad. And of course, congratulations to Counter Logic Gaming. They are your Halo World Champions. I cannot believe it. But you know what? Let's actually get the reactions from the players down on the stage. Blair, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 Halo World Champions, Counter Logic Gaming. Yes, yes, yes. Gentlemen, congratulations. Now, Larry, we actually have a very special guest here today to present the trophy to these gentlemen.
Absolutely. Here we have Josh Holmes. He's the studio head for 343 Industries, and here it is, the beauty. Josh, you had some words you wanted to say, right?
Yeah, I just want to say on behalf of the whole Halo 5 Guardians team and all of 343, as well as Xbox, I want to present you with this. There you go. Congratulations, guys. You've earned it.
Congratulations, guys.
Well done. Everybody, take your chance. Snapchat it. Instagram it. Let's do it. Get some
All that
phones out.
stuff.
All right, so fellas, here we are. We've been speaking about this for a number of months now. You're standing on the stage as a championship team. What does that mean to you? What does that feel like?
Just all the practice and hard work we've put in for this tournament is finally showing. We were grinding for the last 2 months, just nonstop, and I'm just happy it just shows.
Now, you guys were calm, cool, and collected throughout this entire process, but there was a lot of pressure put on you guys from the community as the #1 seeded team. A lot of people expect you to win. Now that you've actually won, let's take a step back. Were you nervous at all coming into this competition today?
No, I don't think we were nervous at all. We knew everyone knows how good we are. For there to be pressure would mean that we didn't put the work in and we weren't prepared, and we were absolutely prepared and ready for this tournament.
And then the last thing I have for you guys, you're standing here as a member of this particular team, right? But the Halo community and everything that the teams at 343 have done have really put you on the stage today. That prize purse that you're taking home is due in large part to everything that the people out here and at home have contributed to this competition. What does it mean to stand up here as a member of that community?
It just feels good to show that the community is showing support towards us, because without you guys and the crowd and everyone that's supporting, we just wouldn't be where we are right now.
Excellent stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your 2016 Halo World Champions, Counter Logic Gaming.
Yeah.
Well done, gentlemen. But that's not all. Everyone, you voted, and the results are in for the Halo World Championship Finals MVP, presented by Mega Bloks. We're going to take a quick second to reset here for that. And I am now being told that the MVP is here. I now have the announcement. Put your hands together. It's no big surprise here for Naded.
Naded, come on out here.
Come on up, brother. Come on up, man. Well done, dude. Well done. Head on over there, right? Look at that. Stand up for the man. Stand up for the man. Yes. Yes. That's right. There you go. Let's let that.
Naded.
Nice work, man. So, man, we've been talking throughout this process. I know the W was what you really wanted here today, but now you're standing in front of your community, the people that you've come up with, the community that you've represented in some ways when other people maybe didn't want to represent it, and here you are being named the MVP by them. What does that make you feel like?
I mean, I can't thank my fans enough. I mean, thank you guys for coming out, supporting me, supporting my team. It means the world to me, and hats off to these guys, man. These guys played a freaking great series. These guys are amazing, amazing team. So definitely deserve it, and thank you guys honestly so much. Halo community is amazing, and much love, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations one more time to your MVP, Naded, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right. All right, gentlemen, let's head back over to the desk now. Fellas, take it away.
Thank you so much, Blair. And of course, congratulations to Naded, the Mega Bloks MVP. Congratulations to CLG, who are your Halo World Championship finalists. They are the winners. $1 million, Richard. How absurd is that, Walshy? I mean, when you were competing back in the day, this wasn't a thing, right? The prize pools were not as substantial as they are right now.
Definitely not. My first tournament, I took 5th through 8th, and I got, I think, $50. Yeah, 53 for all.
50 whole dollars.
So maybe it came around the wrong time, because I believe the teams that placed 5th through 8th here got $75,000.
Slight difference.
Just a slight difference.
Yeah. Slight, very slight. And probably even for you too, right? Because you were
the
around
prize
since the
pools
early days.
when I was coaching squads, I mean, the prize pools that we were playing for at the highest level, right, were $100,000. Certainly not $1 million for first and $2.5 million total here. But I mean, we've been talking about it all weekend long. We can't thank the community enough. I mean, for help building this prize pool, right? Building here, the money that these guys played for was built by the community. And there's so much power in not only crowdfunding, but there's so much power in the passion of the Halo community.
What about for you, Sims?
Well, I've never actually played for any money at that kind of level. I've never made anyone myself coming in the top 24 bracket. But at the end of the day, when you look at this, you mentioned it, the community, the Halo community, the players, everyone around it, the passion is real. This game right now is incredible, both from a spectator and player POV. Even us as casters love to watch this. Halo 5 is truly an incredible game. And honestly, the future's safe for this game. I'm damn looking forward to what comes next.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. I'm really excited. Of course, guys, that's going to do it for us here at the Mega Bloks desk, of course, for all of the commentators, for Wrath, Strong Side, as well as Onset, Walshy, Sims, and Bravo. I'm Golden Boy. Thank you so much for joining us here for 3 days of incredible Halo competition, and there is plenty more to come. But to close out the show is none other than Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Larry, take it away.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. What a great job you guys did. It's been one heck of a journey. We've been to 6 continents, seen the best competitive Halo ever, and watched the winning team take home the largest console esports prize of all time. But the greatest thing about it has been the fans. You guys, of course. We've seen you build the prize pool to $2.5 million. We've seen you crown an MVP. You've been become part of the biggest Halo competition in history. I'm going to tell you, all right, for our amazing casters up on the desk and all of us at Xbox, we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Warcraft in theaters June 10th and Mega Bloks, and especially you, the fans. Now, here it is. Stay tuned for the world gameplay premiere of Warzone Firefight for Halo 5 Guardians. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The Halo World Check 16 is presented by Warcraft in theaters June 10th, Mega Bloks, and Xbox.
Xbox One exclusive.